Hello, Pisces. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your September 2021 tarot reading. We're using the Smith-Waite Tarot Deck Centennial Edition. So, this is a reproduction of the original deck created by Pamela Coleman Smith. And I'll also bring in a few cards from the Tarocchino Bolognese by Giuseppe Maria Metelli. That is also a reproduction deck by Il Menegello. All right, now something else a little different this month is that I am setting an intention for my readings. This month I am setting an intention for messages of hope and encouragement. Hope and encouragement. And the reason I'm doing this is because there's so much stuff going on in the world today that's difficult, whether it's impacting us in our immediate environment, with our families or ourselves, or whether it's happening outside in the world around us. There's just a lot of difficulty, and we can sense it. And so I want to acknowledge that, really how difficult it is for many people right now. And so I'm asking for messages of hope and encouragement for my Pisces friends, messages of hope and encouragement for the sign of Pisces. Any Pisces people who make it to this channel, let's go ahead and take a look at the cards for Pisces. Okay, goodness, it's the Fool. All right, well, that's completely consistent with the idea of hope and encouragement. There's just a sense of lightness and freedom. I want to say what's really coming through to me is the spiritual connection. There's a very strong spiritual read with the Fool in the Rider-Waite deck. I always am really drawn to the white snow-capped mountains, the white sun, the white dog, even some of the clothing, the white flower. So all of this really suggests like spiritual purity. And this is a strong actual theme. It's something I've been thinking about quite a bit this month, is the idea of how getting back to like a spiritual roots, a spiritual root type of thing, whether it's an ancient text, whether it's philosophers, whether it's a spiritual practice of some sort, how getting back to that can really bring so much solace and relief at this time. Which is paradoxical, right? Because when we think of grounding, we think of, the earth and something very concrete. But with everything so uncertain right now, I feel like it is actually connecting with the spiritual realm that brings us the most sense of being grounded and comforted. And so now we have the moon coming up. All right, that's come up for a number of signs this month. Is right out of the gate, completely consistent with what I was saying about the Fool. Now we have the Eight of Wands coming in. That's an interesting pair. The Page of Wands. Okay. And the Sun. Okay, so I'm going to say from the beginning, Pisces, for some of you, it looks like you are just starting out on something. All right, there is a new beginning suggested in these cards right out of the gate. And I do feel for some of you, there might be a concern about how busy you're going to be. Okay. Boy, if I'm gonna do this new thing, right? Here's the new thing as well, right? Here's the Page of Wands. You've been potentially looking at this and focusing on it. For some of you, you're already in the middle of the new start, but some of you are just considering it. right? And focused on it, knowing that some new energy needs to come in to the situation. But there can be a concern about what a dramatic shift that will be, or how perhaps I'm reading it this straight up Rider Waite reading, how busy you're going to be, and intense that's going to be. I think it's also interesting that we have both the sun and the moon here. Let's continue to pull cards. Let's see what else comes up. All right, we have the King of Cups. All right, a water card. Certainly connects to your sign. And the King of Swords. Okay, King of Air. That's an interesting symmetry there on either side. I think some of you perhaps are working on or thinking about moving from a more emotional response to your situation to a more logical response to the situation. That can be a challenge. All right. But if there is some fear and emotion coming in about making progress in life and making changes, this can be just the thing. Wow. And to think about the astrology, okay, in September, of course, the sun is opposing your sign in Virgo. But not only that, there will be Mars there as well. Through the month of September, they will move into, of course, Libra. But there can be, this is really actually interesting. It kind of looks like Neptune in your sign. Okay, it looks like Neptune here in your sign, and the sense of being ultra sensitive to everything that's going on in the world at this time. Some of you actually could have awakened in a more psychic sense, mediumistic sense. You can be having visions. All of this can be kind of going on, or it could be just a sense of heightened emotions. And then on the other hand, we have this more logical, like air card here, which seems consistent with the sun in Virgo. Okay, it's not an earth card, I realize that, but still, there's, Mercury ruled Virgo is very logical. And so it could be that you are going to find the mental space to perhaps analyze your situation. That might be of help. Let's continue on. Another king. All right, the King of Wands. And so this is suggesting to me that you are open to new ideas. All right. And if you're not open to new ideas, that might be something that comes along down the road. Okay. Like, maybe I just need to think about, I'm really looking at the stance of the king. Look, see, it's a very open stance. He's very open for new ideas. We have the little luck coming in here with this is like the little gecko lizard here, right? So just kind of opening up to new experiences. I'm getting a very good feeling about that. This is suggesting that you have completed something, and that has come up in recent readings also for you, Pisces. Congratulations. A lot of hard work went in to this achievement. We have the fixed sign suggesting a lot of hard work and determination. And so it could be that this is a time to start something new. As I said, here's the page, right? Looking at the new start, and with the sun, thinking about that new start, that sense of new energy coming in is appropriate. And now we have the page, okay? So I do feel a little bit of, I'm going to say, kind of like this dichotomy going on, right? We've got the sun and the moon. We've got the King of Cups and the King of Swords. And now we have these two pages. One, looking at the new start, focusing on things being more open to what's going to occur, and the Page of Swords being a little bit more defensive, and thinking, I need to be careful, and showing a little bit of concern about what's going to happen. So, I'm just going to say this. I think it's a good idea to think things through. Okay, so good for you. It's a good idea to think things through, think logically. Pisces is very intuitive. You can gain a lot of understanding about what direction to take simply through your intuition, through your gut, or through other even more specific means using your psychic abilities for those of you that are psychic. But I think it's also a really good idea to bring in that logical that logical faculty. I'm just realizing, I know that I've said this before, but it was kind of a long time ago, I feel like, that this message came through, but it's coming in again. And now with the Nine of Cups telling me that this is okay, I'm hearing this. You actually have a good, very secure foundation. I certainly hope that that resonates for you. So, this could be through, it could be through family. There's some sense of emotional stability coming through. It could be through friends. It could be through just people that support you. Okay. And this is going to be very, very helpful at this time. Thank goodness the support is there. Because it's going to help you to move through this process. Okay, we're looking for three cards from the Tarocchino Bolognese. Also picking up these cards, pulling them psychically, or I should say intuitively. Queen of Coins. Now, I think I have selected this 3 times in a row almost, so that's interesting that she keeps coming up. This Tarot Bolognese has a way of just kind of like getting across. It's like it's talking. I'm not even talking. Okay, the Tarot Bolognese is talking, and it's also telling me which cards to select here. So let's see what comes up. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Knight of Swords. I can't tell you how many times I've selected that card, and I cannot see through these cards, as you can see, but I keep picking the same cards again. So that's interesting. As I said, the deck has something it wants to say, and by Jove, it's going to say it. And so, okay, let's take a look at this one last card. It is the Six of, we could say batons in this case, or it would be wands in the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, all right, like a magician's wand. Okay, very interesting. All right, I want to say first of all that the Queen of Coins really resonates with the message from the Nine of Cups. So it was almost like pulling this right after is almost like a transition right into the next deck, because the message is very congruent, and it is saying that there are many blessings in your life. For some of you, this can have to do with financial blessings, either already in place or coming in. But the queen, this particular queen, is very generous. I mean, look, her purse is completely open. She is giving everything she has to everyone. And I really feel that this represents the blessings that are coming in for you now and will be coming in for you. With the we actually had the Knight was next. Okay, so I want to keep them in the same order, but really the message with these two cards is kind of connected. And with the Knight of Swords, it is saying to have strength, Have strength at this time, mental strength. This is really consistent with the King of Swords message, all right? So we're getting confirmation is what we're getting with the Tarocchino, and it is saying, yes, use your analytical faculties. You have the mental strength to get through this period. If it is something new, not to be concerned. You are going to be able to handle it. Also, with the 6 coming in, I am seeing some new social circles, or a new social circle for you is being suggested here. And it is also saying to just have patience. Things are going to come together, okay, in stages. All right, so have patience, because it may take just a little while to complete these various stages until you get to the complete finish line. Yes, there was a big accomplishment, but there may still be some more things down the road. Of course, there always are in all of our lives. There are different stages, but in particular, that is the message that is coming through from the cards for you, Pisces, is to be patient with this. You have strength and many blessings coming in. Pisces, that's your reading for September 2021. Thank you so much for being here. As always, it is a pleasure and a privilege to read for you, and I'll see you next time.